What you saying, ladies and gents? It's your boy Buckout Sam, and today we are doing our Game Week 13 predictions. And to be honest, it's come around really fast. But yeah, let's get straight into it. And let's go straight into our first game of the week, where Wolves, 13th place, hosted Chelsea, who are 5th in the league. And Chelsea had a really bit of a stinker this weekend. Yes, they had over 70% of the possession, but they didn't really have many big chances. And if they did, Werner missed a few. Havertz had a bit of a stinker. I know I'm quite a fan of Havertz. I do kind of love him quite a lot. But I'm sad to say he didn't have a great game, and Wolves on the weekend as well, beaten by the Villa. Really, that was a shock to me. But yeah, if you watch the game, many chances. Mike Dean absolutely loved the card. He's too over the top with it. But yeah, let's go straight into this game. If Wolves lose, this will be the first time they've lost 3 consecutive games in the league since November 2018. But you say that, I think it's going to happen. Chelsea are going to bounce back, and I'm going for a Chelsea 2-0 win away at the Wolves. And next we've got 9th place Man City hosting West Brom at the Etihad, 19th place. West Brom have never won a game at the Etihad, and to be Etihad, there we go. But I can't see West Brom winning. West Brom look pretty poor all season, not great against Newcastle this weekend, pretty boring game, but Man City against Man United, geez, that was a snore fest. So I'm hoping for some goals, and I think they're going to deliver. De Bruyne, this is your week, mate. Step up. This is your week, because Bruno Fernandes is knocking at your door. You need to keep hold of your position as the best midfielder in the league. So I'm going to go for Man City 4-0 win. Man City have won the last 13 games against West Brom, so it's not looking great for West Brom. Pretty poor start to the season. I think they're going to stay down there. They've got a pretty hard run coming. And next we have 15th place Arsenal, who are hosting 4th place Southampton. And this is a pretty easy one to call, to be honest. But I'm going to tell you a little bit. Arsenal are winless in 5, and it's the worst start to the season since 1982, as I said in the last video. They've really not started well, and they've created the fewest chances in the league. So it's really not looking great for Arsenal, and especially when you consider Southampton have won 3 of the last 5 games. They're really on top form. And not only that, it's Theo Walcott is coming back. And to be honest, he's going to be on fire. He's going to have a point to prove. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Southampton away win. This could be a good game. And next we have 4th place Leicester hosting 7th place Everton. And this is quite a tough one to call, because they've both come off the back of some great wins. Everton just getting over the line against Chelsea. And Leicester absolutely spanking Brighton. I mean, a proper spanking. But yeah, it was great to see Vardy on top form, and brilliant to see James Maddison back playing brilliant football. He's a great player, and hopefully he can be back towards that England squad for the Euros. So it's a really tough one to call. I'm going to go for a Leicester 2-1 win. If they definitely play 3 at the back, I think they will do absolute bits, because they've looked really strong with the 3 defenders of Fofana, I don't know how you say his name, Johnny Evans and Christian Fuchs. They've looked really solid, so I'm going to go definitely for a Leicester 2-1 win. And our next game is 14th place Leeds are hosting 12th place Newcastle. And these 2 teams in the last 2 games have been opposite ends of form. Leeds have lost their last 2, and Newcastle have won their last 2. And to be honest, I think it's quite a tough game to call, because Leeds have been absolutely awful at home, but Newcastle, I watched them on the weekend. They didn't really, yes, they beat West Brom, but it wasn't that convincing. And I'm quite worried for them this weekend. I think Leeds will edge it. Marco Bielsa masterclass. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Leeds win at home. And our 6th game of the week could be a really interesting one. 18th place Fulham hosts 16th place Brighton. And Fulham looked absolutely unreal on the weekend at home against Liverpool. And I say they're unlucky to miss out, but there's no luck involved. If you're going to have a penalty decision against Liverpool, it's not going to go your way. It's going to go to Liverpool, because the thing is, it goes all their way. But it's promising signs for Fulham, which is brilliant news. It's good to see the club playing well. So and Brighton got an absolute spanking against Leicester. They really didn't look strong, and they looked really weak. And I'm sorry to say, I really tipped Brighton for a top 10 finish at the start of this season, but it's not going well for Graham Potter's side. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 Fulham win. The next game of the week is the most promising game of the week, where 2nd place Liverpool host 1st place Spurs. And to be honest, Liverpool have looked really poor this season. I know they're doing all right, but only 5 teams have conceded more goals than Liverpool, which is a really shocking stat. And to think that, I know they've lost Van Dijk, I know they lost Gomez, but they played Henderson for the second half in centre back, and he looked awful there. let's just hope they sort this out against Spurs, because we know what Mourinho side's like, especially with Son and Kane still on fire. And Liverpool this season have already dropped 11 points. Bearing in mind last season when they won the league, they only dropped 15. So this is a really tough one to call. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. But I think it'll be a pretty average game where both sides are quite cagey because they both understand the implications if they lose. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 cage. And next we have got West Ham, who are 6th in the league, playing Palace, who are 11th. And who'd have thought West Ham would be 6th? Everyone predicted them relegation zone. I did. What do I know anyway? What do I know? West Ham have won 4 of the last 5 games, only losing to Manchester United. But they've only won every game by 1 goal, so we know it will be a close game. And West Ham have got quite a good style of play. And it was nice to see Ben Rama playing. He was unreal. He was silky. He kept the ball moving. He didn't look like he hadn't played in a while. He looked absolutely brilliant. And Crystal Palace have been in pretty good form as well, winning 2 of the last 5 and getting a really good draw against Tottenham where they could have got the win. So I'm going to say a 1-1 draw this week. And next we have 10th place at Villa hosting Burnley. And this should be a really interesting game. Burnley have only lost 1 in their last 5, so in pretty good form. And Villa off the back of a brilliant win against the Wolves. And Villa haven't drawn all season, so we know they're either going to lose or win. And with Barkley potentially back, I'm backing Villa this week. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Villa win. And I think they've just got the edge. They look class this season. They could really climb the table with their 2 games in hand. And our last game of the midweek is where 20th place Sheffield United host 8th place Manchester United. And this should be a really interesting game. Both sides on complete opposite ends of the form spectrum. We've got Manchester United, who could become only the 4th side to have won 10 Premier League away games in a row. And Sheffield United, who just can't win. They've only scored in 5 games, and this could potentially be their 4th home loss in a row. And that'll be the first time the club have done this since 1965. But I can't see Sheffield United playing well. They've looked awful all season. They look leggy. They just look shattered, and no one can score. And when you look at McBurney, Brewster, Sharp, and McGoldrick, they're not even Championship strikers. Like you'd see them at a mid-table side. You could see them at a Birmingham City of the world. But yeah, I can't see Sheffield United getting the win, sadly. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 Manchester United win. And that's all of my predictions done for this week. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. And please comment below your predictions. I had a pretty iffy start to my predictions. I got 1 correct result, which was the West Ham at Leeds game. I got 3 correct outcomes, which is a solid start. Not ideal, but we move. It was a very bizarre week. I think I'll get lots more right this week. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll do my next predictions video for the weekend. But Bucket Sam, over and out.